Okay, we're talking with Cassandra Kendall. She's a freshman at DePaul University in Chicago, Illinois. Um, we're talking to Cassandra via Skype, and the resolution, folks, won't look all that great at times. It'll be kind of blotchy. It may freeze. We may lose her call, but you can see she's on her cell phone, and I'm here with my house phone on speaker. Although this technology is kind of nice, sometimes it falls through. So sometimes her reception won't be the connection won't be as great in the dormitory that she's staying in. That's I guess, one of the pitfalls of college life. You don't always have the connection speed you want when you have so many people in the same building on the internet all at the same time, all the time. So,
Yes.
so hi, Cassandra. How are you? How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, great. Okay, we'll begin the interview. So, Cassandra, tell us about any advice you have for high school students who are looking forward to college.
Sure, yeah. I guess one of the biggest things of college search is a lot of people tend to like to apply to a lot of places just so they can say they applied somewhere. They'll apply to Harvard or wherever just so they applied there. You know, the thing is, you think about each of those applications, especially the bigger schools, they require a lot of essays, and that's a lot of time and energy. And so I think it's better to do your research, find the schools you really see yourself, going to, or at least semi-going to, and then put more effort into those applications, because those will be better than sticking yourself thin and applying to 15 colleges. Some people fly for that, but for me, it just seems like a waste of time to apply that many colleges if I had no intention of going to all those kind of places.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I guess, I don't know, I watched the interview with you and Joy, and I agree with listening. I just think it's it's very easy to get into that. And so I think one of the biggest things that kind of helped me is finding things that keep you busy.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's theater that it helped, and especially also come to college season time. My sense of keep you busy, so to think about, did I get in or did I not? If you're so busy in another thing, you're not as focused on thinking about that. But whether it's theater or just something, I don't know, sports or whatever, something that will kind of keep you busy, so it kind of helps you stay semi-motivated throughout the year. Same with theater, is knowing I have to keep my grades up as well, because that's all that, affects what I do. So something that will still kind of hold you accountable through the year. I also suggest a lot of schools like it when you apply early. Like I applied at DePaul early, and I think they like the fact that you showed your interest in a school early. It means waiting longer to find out about. Usually, sometimes it means waiting longer, but it's a good sign that you showed interest in the school early by applying earlier, interviewing or auditioning early. Also, another advice, I feel like a lot of times some people would rush into school, kind of figure out what they want to major in. So sometimes it's, like, I think it's okay for people to know that it's okay to be community college before if they're not completely sure. I think, because I know a lot of people are like, they feel weird and say, I'm undecided, but, it's a lot of money that you're spending, so if you're not sure what you want to do, I knew definitely what I wanted to do, so, I don't mind going to conservatory where they focus on like 4 years, but, like, some people, if you're not entirely sure, then get the other stuff out of the way first, so you spend lots of years focusing on what you want to do, because I think that's a lot smarter and a lot better use of money than just going somewhere just because you feel the need to make a major right away. And then you get there and you realize it's not what you really want to do, or
Right.
you're not really sure what you're doing or anything like that.
No, that's an excellent point, because I know there's been several people at Mount Moriah who've taken, I guess they call them general education courses, these core courses at Montgomery College or at Nova, either during the semester or if they're away, they would take like their math requirement or English in the summer at a much, as you said, a much lower cost, and save money that way.
I saw one other thing. I think it's also really important to go visit the schools that you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
That can definitely, every school looks great on paper and online, but a lot of times you get there and you realize, this is for me or this is not for me. That definitely helped me out with some of my decisions. Some schools I went to was like, definitely like it's good college. One thing I realized it's just not the place for me. So, definitely going there and getting a feel for the place really helps you before. And I know a girl who applied to school and she loved it, and then she went to visit orientation over the summer, and then she realized she didn't like it at all, and so she had changed last minute to another school, and that's stressful. So it's better just to know you're applying, so then you know is this worth applying for or not if you realize you don't even like the school or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. So, Cassandra, you had an opportunity like Joy and Marquita to experience visiting another church in another city away from home. What was that like for you?
It was interesting. I guess slightly nerve-wracking because you're going to, especially not my, lived there my whole life, and I never had to make introductions because I was just raised up in the church. So it's interesting walking into a new place. Most of my standards of, church life were based off of Mount Moriah, so it's interesting going to another place. But I guess when looking at the church you're talking about going to, like, I looked at them online, and that was sort of my first idea of trying to get a feel if I would like the church or not, just seeing, like, what they offer, what's the focus of the church, what's their mission, what are they about. So that the church I visited on Sunday, it was nice. It's a lot smaller than Mount Moriah, but, they're structured similarly to Mount Moriah in sort of the way they run things. So that way it wasn't too different. But some things like people walk by and a lot of people of course already know each other. So just saying hi to people and being nice. Most people they know you're new, especially a small church. That they say hi back to me or introduce themselves. But yeah, one of the things is some of the things they do is a little differently. So like if they something like standing up during scripture or stuff like that would be different, or whatever. So just I would suggest that if you're going to church for the first time, just be be aware of things they do differently and whatnot, and see if that's something that you would like. I don't know if I want to stay at this church or not, but it's mostly a positive experience. So I want to keep looking around and see what else is there. But but it was nice. It was relatively nearby campus. That's somewhere that I can get to easily. I don't have to look up at the crack of dawn for.
Oh, okay.
Something else we did look into for college students is knowing yourself. This church they start services at 11, which is nice for me. Because I have some, especially some of the children working on. We are in tech until 11 p.m. and so.
Wow.
Knowing it's a church I can go to, not be crying in the morning, having to get up at 8 a.m. or anything. So looking at something that fits. I think by the time you get to college, you know yourself in terms of when you can get up and when you can't. Knowing what fits best to that, I don't know if everyone will find that, but finding something that will work for you. And since Chicago is a big city, like I asked my RA, my resident advisor, who was each dorm usually at each college usually have one. Asking for my advice on okay, this is a good place for me to go by myself. The morning on a Sunday in Chicago, and and I give them the street just oh yeah, that's fine, or oh no, you should bring someone with you, So it's good to also try to get opinions from other people who are at the school to try to get an idea of the place and whatnot, because maybe they have, and he hasn't. He's Protestant, but but still he was able to give me advice on oh yeah, that's probably a good area to go to and stuff like that.
Well, let's talk about being a new student on campus. What you've been there for about 2 weeks now, is that right?
Yeah, technically it's my third week.
Oh, your third week, okay.
Yeah.
So what are things like now on campus for you?
They're good. I think this thing was pretty easy. Just at least for me, sometimes from a city moving to another city is a lot easier. I know a lot of kids are from small towns, and so and train station and all these big buildings are really new for them. But and for me, it's at least Chicago. At least around a lot of DC, it's structured the same way. Some areas you should go, some areas you shouldn't. So it's structured really in that sense. There we go. But I think it's really a good idea to before you come in, or just in the first week, to really evaluate why you're at the school you're at and what's your goal. Because I know a lot of times, like physically school, people go out partying and come to class next day. I was like, are you serious? We have class like 8 a.m. Are you really going to do that? So
wow.
Things where it's like, if you're there to learn, it's so fun. But it's one of the things where it's like keeping in track. Especially I know a lot of colleges, especially a lot of people don't go out partying at their schools, and so it's one of the things is like thinking about like what you're going to do before you do that, or I didn't go to any of this just because I didn't know you on there, but just the things where if you do you go also keep in mind what your intention is. And most parties in college parties will involve, things that are usually illegal, underage drinking and stuff like that. So just be mindful that you can still go to those things and, not drink and no one's going to say anything about it. Like, okay, whatever. Like I know that for senior school, there's parties and those things where, like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. So, if you're there to have a good time with your friends, it's easy to do that. I think people think, I think also a lot of times, especially the first week, I think a lot of people have this idea of college as this crazy party stuff. They tried too hard to live into that. Like, first week, some girl got sent to the hospital already.
Wow.
She couldn't make the steps to her dorm. So, it's like you can have fun, but don't get crazy, kind of thing. It's, you can keep yourself in check.
I'm sorry, what happened? What happened to the girl in the dorm? She got sick or went to the hospital?
She had just, like, alcohol poisoning. She just had too much and she could barely make up the steps. And also, DePaul, they have a rule where if you can't swipe your, if you can't swipe your card into the building, they'll also send you to the hospital because if you're not confident enough to keep missing this thing, they'll send you to the hospital.
So how's that working? You said it's a card?
Yeah, so every dorm you have your ID card, like ours. We have an ID card, and you have to slide that to get into your building.
Okay.
And they give you 3 cards. If you can't swipe that because you keep missing it, they'll send you to the hospital. Because that's a concern to them that you're not cognizant enough to even be able to swipe your card and get it.
Oh, okay, I understand. So if they think maybe you might be drunk or something, you're impaired somehow. If you can't get your card in there properly, that alerts them somehow.
Yeah, they'll send you in because they're very strict ID to make sure you're the right person going in. Each dorm, wires, like even you get someone from another dorm, they can't get into your dorm unless you sign them in. So they're really big on security and whatnot. But yeah, that's the main thing is just like if they're big on making sure people take care of themselves. But it's one of the things where you don't want to ever be in a situation like that. You lost such control of yourself and whatnot.
Right. Let me okay, once this comes through, I'll ask you. Let me pause for a second.
I guess two things. I guess speaking of like going out every night, one thing is also spacing your time out. I think especially the physical college, there'll always be a lot of activities going on. So just for any college students, be mindful of what your threshold is, and you don't need to go out every night. You'll have a whole year to get to know people. So don't feel the need to. It's always good to meet people, but like don't feel the need to constantly do everything just keep up. If you know you're going to get exhausted, maybe take one night off or something. Space your time out. I've been staying every single night, but mainly just because of class and schoolwork. But spacing your time out and using it efficiently, and saving it for the things you actually want to see is always good. I just another note. I know my kids talking about roommates and stuff like that. They said DePaul, after 2 weeks, you have to do a sign a roommate agreement, which you guys agree on certain things, that you can and can't do in the room. But if your school doesn't offer that, it's always good to just talk to your roommate after a few weeks and just kind of, or as you go through the few weeks, to kind of set different things that are okay with you and your roommate. Because she said with different backgrounds, my roommate comes from a completely different environment than I have, and so. For the most part, we're both pretty easygoing. Too many rules. She hasn't done this thing where she eats all my food and I don't eat her, like that. But, but just, not everyone gets along with their roommates. Just make sure to, talk to your roommate or anything. And if the school doesn't have some kind of roommate agreement type of situation or anything like that, just to make sure that, don't run into any complications. Or if you do, just, talk it out rather than getting mad. I think a lot of times people are easy tendency to get mad at people like, oh, why does so-and-so do this? They remember that, come from different background, things that may seem clear to you don't always seem clear to them or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, you wanted to add more to that response, you said?
Yeah, just a few other things. That, another thing is, I know a lot of people, especially in the plan, they haven't been able to meet people on campus, but I think the main thing is, like for me, I'm not one of the people who like to have 50 million friend, acquaintances. I'd rather have close friends. But the main thing is, like people at orientation I met that I like talking to. I kept in contact with them, and so I've had friends from orientation I still have, and since they're not theater people, it's nice to see them also meet other people. So that's also making friends. Just doing things like, for instance, if you live in a dorm with a kitchen. cooking some pancakes or something in the morning, and I'll bring people in, and and then you say, "Hi, I'm so and so. We like a pancake," whatever stuff like that. Just kind of introduce yourself.
Yeah, I heard your pancakes were very popular when you made some.
Yeah, people like them. People are like, "This is good." Well, thanks.
You're probably one of the few kids who knows how to cook there.
Yeah, there's a few people. Some guy learned how to make scrambled eggs for the first time a few days ago.
Wow.
So I was like, well, I can make some scrambled eggs, but
that's how you can make extra money in college. You teach people how to cook.
Yeah, and it also works out handy. Like this morning, no one's in there, so luckily I just made my own pancakes and eggs, and I put in a container, so I have some pancakes for the rest of the week now.
All right.
Good to go, yeah. So yeah, that'll be nice in the morning. I can eat here instead of rushing to the student center. Yeah, and then I guess another thing is also for people to keep in mind. I don't know how this homework will work, but for Felicia Theater, we have a lot of reading to do, and it doesn't seem like it's that much, but then everything's very dense. So allotting time to read that. Like for instance, this one book I'm reading right now, each chapter is like 40 pages.
Wow.
And the thing is, a lot of it is very repetitive, but there's always something you miss within that repetitiveness that will actually be on the test. Like, we did a pop quiz on Monday.
Oh, what was that experience like in your first college pop quiz?
It was, I did pretty well. A lot of it I actually knew already just because it was on the Greek mythology, like Cassandra, and the stories like, I know about that. But no, I did do the reading, which was very helpful because a lot of people didn't do the reading. And the thing is, they don't always, we talk about in class, but sometimes you can get by if you just don't say anything. The teacher won't know that you didn't read this section, but, fortunately I did read it because then there are questions. And this little thing sometimes, like, there was, like, one thing asking about Agamemnon, which is one of the famous Greek plays by Sophocles, or not Sophocles, but Achilles, and they asked about, like, what was the most visually striking thing? Was it Agamemnon's murder? Was it Clytemnestra's entrance? And all these looking like different things, but everyone selected murder because you figure that's obviously the biggest thing. But if you listen in class, remember that the Greek tragedy never shows murders on stage.
Oh.
Wrong answer. They never show murders or anything like that. Anything graphic they never do. They would have someone say, "Oh no, I'm hit," backstage, but then they never have that on stage. So some simple things like that, can really trick you. There's only 20 questions, so if you miss a few, that's why I knock off a lot of points. There's, little things like that.
Well, that's a good point about quizzes. I recall my first quiz in college that we had this professor. There were about 300 of us in a huge lecture hall. He said, "There's 5 quizzes." He's like somebody's grandfather. He's very nice, easygoing. "I'll drop your lowest score." And so
yeah, see me. Our teacher said that too. Yeah, you drop our lowest score and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. What turns out what happened was the quiz was extremely hard, and I was blessed because I had nothing to do that week. I just kept reading, like you said, it's dense material. I read it over and over again. There were just maybe 20 questions. I think I may have gotten a C plus, maybe a B minus. But a lot of people failed. Then the next week when they got their quizzes back, most of those people dropped the class because they were scared. And that's exactly what the professor wanted. His teaching assistant told us to get the class size down every year at the beginning of the semester. He made his first quiz the hardest one in the entire semester to weed people down. And then we moved to a smaller space because because old Grandpa, I don't want to say his name, he's deceased now. But, okay, I said, well, you don't know what, Grandpa, well, I won't say his name. Anyhow, he got his class size down, but that's just the tactic he used, and you're right about these quizzes. They're tough sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, since I'm having a conservatory, they've already done the narrowing down. Each class only has about 20 people in it, but still, so it's still some people look at shock on faces when they realize their score. I'm like, oh, I had to, put effort in this class. Even if it is, simply theater, there's still a lot of things reading a lot of things by Aristotle that are very dense, and a lot of it requires me to read the page over a few times to really understand it. But then in class, it's good knowing you're able to be able to respond to things, and to contribute and be able to understand what you're doing because it gets harder. And also, I guess another thing is, I know a lot of times being a school is always hard because it usually takes sometimes a few weeks to kind of understand how the teacher works. But for me, sometimes each class 2 times a week. And technically, it's technically having these teachers, but there's already so much we need to get done, especially since we're on the course and then 10 weeks to get things done. So really taking as much as you can in and being really observant of how they grade things, how they work, to really be able to stay up with it just because, before you know the class will be over, that grade will it'll be really big. And I mean, in the C school, at least, they don't do the cut program anymore. They used to cut people at the end of the year. But,
okay.
They will cut you if you do really poorly. And, you would try hard to do poorly, like not show up to any shows or anything like that. But, still kind of in the back of my mind as a reminder that you still have to, put forth effort, more than I think in high school. I feel like a lot of teachers, they understand that you're a freshman, but they still, will expect a lot of you. They still expect you to do all your work and everything.
That was a good point.
Just being sure that, senior year is done, you got to put the senioritis away. And you have a lot of free time to either relax or anything, but just, be mindful. Like, for instance, I have a 4-day weekend every week, but I still space it out so that way, I'm not staying on Sunday night doing my reading, but I just think a little bit each day, so that way I also don't feel stressed out, so I read a chapter a day, and then, I'll be done, hopefully by like 5 or something tomorrow, rather than staying up till 1 a.m. on Sunday.